Philly fan. Philly fan.
We're trying to get the turkeys out. Y'all in the way. Back up.
Yo. Let's go. So I can talk to him under that direction. Get the turkey. Antoine, you gotta get a line.
With the two?
Get up there. Stop the line.
Teamwork, basically. This is like you got to have that desire to do it. Like he made a call.
Run this way.
He obviously can still make phone calls and put phone calls.
Hold. Come on.
Let's do it. All right. So it's a matter of us coming together as a team and helping him try to continue on what he's doing. Can I get one already? As I said, this is right to a lot of people should be in jail. He may spend $40,000 a year and give it back to the community, but it costs the taxpayers $40,000 a year to keep him in jail. So he does more money out here than he does in jail. Thank you. Yeah, y'all said the whole team ready.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, today we just finished the Meek Mill turkey drive, live from South Philly. Yesterday we did the Lil Uzi turkey drive, we captured all of that. It was both events was successful. Now we right here, with Troy Carter Jr., so speak a little bit about your relationship with him, how you know him, and the whole history with his father and stuff like that.
Well, going back to my Major Figure days, and managing the Major Figures group, one of the beauties about it connected me with a lot of different people. And I would say during that time, guys like Troy Carter, Mark Bayer even, was guys that I considered like my mentors in the music business, because they was a little bit more advanced and more involved with the music business before I got into it. So throughout my relationships with managing Major Figures, I met Troy Carter through the music business, and at the time he was actually interning for Black Friday. Black Friday was the management company, was a premier management company out of Philadelphia at the time, and they managed Eve, Freeway, Young Guns, and a couple other different, even Beanie Siegel. They managed him as well.
I know they like how they collide. He roll with rock, you rough ride, but we Black Friday tied.
So Troy was a young, hard-working executive at the time, and me and him just connected. We connected, in ways that later on in the future, later on down the line, I learned how strong our relationship was. Because according to him, he told me we met at a time that he was trying to figure some things out in regards to what direction he wanted to go in his life. And I didn't know what or how meaningful and significant my relationship or him meeting me was at the time. But I guess 20-some years later, I guess it really meant something, because irregardless of my past and mistakes that I might have made in my life, one thing I always appreciated about guys like Troy Carter Sr. is that we always still remain to be friends. So that's the relationship on how me and Troy Carter Sr. met. And me and this guy,
Faded in Tri-State, December 29th.
We out here, just doing a continuation of what him and his father, relationship and my relationship with his dad is. Just we hustling. We trying to make some things happen. So Troy kind of it's like my nephew. Like, his father's like brother. So this is like my nephew, and Troy. He's on his grind. He's moving up. He's working now with Loud Nathan Urban. He just popped up out of nowhere on me and told me he wanted to do some shows. He wanted to be a big time show promoter.
Right.
So I said, well, let's start from the ground up, and he came up with the idea of us coming up with Fate of the Tri-State.
It's opportunity here, so you know what I'm saying. Like for myself personally, I spent time in LA. I grew up here, you know what I'm saying, but being able to go out in California and do some internships under Scooter Brown, you know what I'm saying. I got a lot of game out there. I learned a lot.
Scooter Brown, who Justin Bieber manager, correct?
Exactly. Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Dan and Shay, you know what I'm saying. So I've been able to learn a lot from some good people, you know what I'm saying. So I'm really fortunate for that. So with me getting this opportunity to work under guys like Sean G, you know what I'm saying, and Live Nation Urban, I really just want to kind of apply what I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, and get the work experience. So I really do think like it's a lot of opportunity here, you know what I'm saying. I just think we're kind of missing a little bit of structure, but I think that's the niche that we're about to start filling, you know what I'm saying. Like with this Fate of the Tri-State concert coming December 29th, we at the Foundry, you know what I'm saying. We got Fat G's, Rico Havoc, Nizzy Straws, Butter Knife, Lights, 100 Proof Yanni. I got everybody. That's everybody, you know what I'm saying. But it's gonna be a dope event, you know what I'm saying. That's for the most part who's moving and shaking the city, you know what I'm saying. It's a couple people we missed out, but we coming back, you know what I'm saying. Like this first one is just laying the foundation for the artists in our city. So I think we've been covering a lot of ground together, you know what I'm saying, like already. So I think this first one.
And this first one, we chose a small market, small venue, 500 people, you know, could fit in this venue. And we want to start out small and build it up organically so we can really keep control of the direction that we trying to really get these guys and start help really building out their touring experience. And the touring experience, we still trying to make sure that we stay in like Live Nation type venues because it's a hard ticket sale. It's a sale where the consumer actually got to go to the site and actually purchase a ticket, and that's how you really build up a real strong hard ticket sale career. So with Troy having that outlet, that's a major opportunity for these young guys coming out of Philly, and with Live Nation actually building out that urban division with Sean G and guys like that, it really makes it really a solid opportunity for the up and coming artists. So we just trying to build it up and then turn it over to guys that's more experienced and can help give us more direction as well.
Alright, so speak a little bit about who his father went on to become. You know, like he started off with Black Friday. Now we'll talk about a little bit about what he currently doing now.
Troy Carter Senior right now is doing a whole lot of everything, man. He's actually right now the head, what Troy his title is?
The head of creative services.
Yeah, creative service and content head of creative service and content over at Spotify. So Troy started out, of course, with Eve, and then he had Eve, Freeway, Angie Stone, and Flowetry, and a few other artists. And then after that, he ended up selling that company to a place called Sanctuary. And then after they went to Sanctuary, you know, that might have dissolved. And then Eve went different directions. And then he get Lady Gaga. And basically, you know, it was history from there. So with him, you know, now not managing Lady Gaga, he's getting more into the technology thing. And he's focused on Spotify. So, and that's another opportunities that's there as well, because he have given me opportunities, introducing me to people at Spotify. Tuma, shout out to Tuma, that's my man. He always look out for Nizzy Straws. He look out for Meek Mills, and PNB Rock, and Uzi, all our Philly guys. So shout out to Tuma over there at Spotify. But Troy has been very significant and very instrumental in my inspiration, for real. It's really inspiring me, you know, to basically want to do better. You know, so that's, you know, been a good motivating for me. Even when I was in prison, Troy always still accepted my phone calls. And I felt like I was a part of the Lady Gaga rise, because I remember he told me September the 7th, they went to radio to buy radio ads, I think in 2014 with Lady Gaga. So it seemed like I was there for the whole ride to see her start out from this young aspiring artist and becoming bigger than Madonna or Madonna type celebrity. So it's just good, to have those relationships and people that still believe in you and having confidence in you.
Yeah, that's right. Now being 22, you know what I'm saying? Like, be able to kind of grow up and experience all that. Like, I don't know, everybody ain't built for it, you know what I'm saying? Just the music industry in general is kind of like, I don't know, you gotta be in it to know what I'm talking about, but it's a lot that come with it, and it's a grind, you know what I'm saying? But to be able to kind of get that firsthand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that. That's what I'm here for. So to be able to bring that, like I said, to the city, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Come back.
we're gonna be able to really leave that mark like we should. Like, and it's just about us getting our package right to be able to bring it to these outlets, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got the world at our fingertips, we just gotta really show them that this aspect of things is on point, you know.
And we don't do for self. We got all kind of relationships, we got all kind of connections, but just like they say, God bless the child that got his own. So you have Lord Troy Carter here, he knew his relationships, his influences that he had, but at the end of the day, his whole thing is like, look, I got the grind. Right. And that's how God's, and that's what I appreciate about him. He ain't trying to really use his dad name or nothing like that, but he ain't ashamed of who his dad is. He ain't in opposition to that, because some people get caught up in that. They get caught up in who their dad may be, and they will, I want to make it on my own. All right, it ain't nothing wrong with making it on your own, but experience is not always his best teacher. And the reason why I say experience is not always his best teacher, because you can use your father, your uncle, and different people as examples and not make the same mistakes and use that information that they got, because information rules the world. You don't need money. You need information. That's right. So once you get the information, information is the new currency. So it's like, that's what I appreciate about Lord Troy Carter Jr. He come down here and he giving me direction. He like, look, and that's why I'll keep all young guys around me. Guys like Troy Carter, guys like Shaheed, you understand, Tiffany, you know what I mean, my whole squad, even my son, you know what I mean, I keep youthful people around me, because these were the fresh ideas and the innovative ideas gonna come from, and it inspires me and it motivates me. So it keeps me ambitious. So that's what I like about being with guys like Troy Carter Jr. and having this opportunity to bring this opportunity to the city.
See, what I like about being with Unc is that dealing with these guys with this show December 29th and all that, we got structure, you know what I'm saying? We got OGs to come in and keep everything in line, you know what I'm saying? And make sure we all stay on the same page, just because we a bunch of young guns out here, everybody kind of doing their own thing. So to be able to bring it all under one umbrella, and keep everything wholesome, that's where it's at, you know what I'm saying? And the new generation, like he said, can come up closer knit, you know what I'm saying, than maybe the previous ones. But it's a new age in hip hop already, so it's just timing. Timing is everything for us.
And it's here in Philly, man. It's here in Philly. So it's about us embracing it and capturing it. We got to get Mont Brown in here. We got to get Monte in here with P&B Rock. You know, get a couple information with guys like that, because these are the dudes that's helped really pushing the culture forward. So we just need to get everybody involved, and that's what we plan on doing.
Alright. Well, I want to flash back a little bit to the beginning, give people a little bit of history on you and your family, and Philly history as well. I mean, I want you to speak on the 3 phases of the growth and development of Islam of your family, because you told me before that y'all started off in the Moorish Science Temple and then going to end up transitioning to the Nation of Islam. And, Philadelphia, notorious back in those days, we had, Muslim mosques and places in Philadelphia. So speak a little bit on that.
Well, the 3 phases of our growth and development, and I wanted to put it that way because you asked me about the Beys and the significance of our name itself. The name Bey was the name given to us by my father, because when Islam, the message of Islam first hit Philadelphia, it came through by a community that was called the Moorish Science Temple community. And the Moors in ancient history was guys out in Europe who taught Islam, the form of Islam, and they was the ones that kind of really first started teaching Islam in Philadelphia. You understand? So you had the Beys and the L's. There was two names that you could have chose between these two particular tribes. My dad chose the name Bey because the Beys was the warriors. The Beys was the people who protected the kingdom, so to speak. So he chose that name. And through the emergence of the Nation of Islam after the Moorish Science Temple, which was the most popular form of religion that was being taught in America at the time. After that, then Elijah Muhammad came, you understand, and started teaching Islam, and that movement grew. That movement became real significant, over 1 million members. That's where Muhammad Ali was a part of that organization, and many different people was a part of the organization. So my parents and my father and them, we became part of the Nation of Islam. So that was another form, another militant, black nationalistic point of view of Islam that we went into. So we went from the Moorish Science Temple community to the Nation of Islam, and then we went, after Elijah Muhammad died, we came into the religion after his son started teaching, Imam Warfdi Muhammad. He was teaching what we consider to be the pure religion of Al-Islam. You understand? So those are the 3 phases of our growth and development in Islam in America. Basically, the Moors, the nation, and then what we consider to be Orthodox, the true way.
Alright. So now we're in 2017 going into 2018. You see it's a lot of gentrification going on in the city. Like they saying Philly is on the rise, Philly about to be booming and stuff like that. So let's talk about the influence of you guys on the culture, and you know, bringing a lot of celebrities that made it from Philly back into the city and help them, you know, get them to help contribute to what you guys are doing as well.
That's a good topic, because we need resources. Philly went through what we call a brain drain, where our most valuable assets left the city. You understand? Educated people left the city. Executives left the city. Talent left the city. So we went through a process of a brain drain. So the thing is now, what do we need to do to build some type of incentive to bring our most valuable assets back to the city? I can name a group of guys or a group of executives that's out of the city of Philadelphia that almost can control the entire music business, or entertainment business. You understand? But again, the disconnect that's there between our executives and the disconnect between the culture of the re-emergence of hip-hop in Philadelphia. So the call is to call all of our most valuable assets back to Philadelphia, because we need these assets. We need Troy Carter Sr. You understand? We need Ryan Press. Troy Carter Sr., let me tell you what he does again. Troy Carter Sr. is distribution. Just putting it all in a nutshell, that's distribution. Spotify got 180, 135, 140 million followers. So we got distribution. We got guys that's in position with distribution. We got Ryan Press. He's in publishing. You understand? We got Sean G. He's in show promoting. You understand? So we got so many other guys that can come back and help and teach us. We got Don Cannon. We got Drama, DJ Drama. You understand? We got so many different executives. Jay Irvin even. We got Jay Irvin, major executive, artist development, can teach guys how to break artists.
Distribution.
And distribution.
Right.
And human resources. So
distribution.
That's right. So it's like we got so many people that's in position, but they don't see this. They don't have opportunity to see what we're trying to do. So this is part of what we're trying to do, is really capture the content. Capture the content so these guys can we can have a piece that we can send out to people, and they can really see what's going on in Philadelphia. But we got to bring our most valuable assets back to Philadelphia and do so many things. We're supposed to have a state-of-the-art studio, big time music academy, where we can have studios here to teach these kids how to become engineers. I can't find an engineer. I got a studio downstairs, a full-fledged studio downstairs, and I can't find engineers because Philadelphia is not even really prepared for the emergence of the hip hop that's coming here. We need talk shows. We need podcasters. We need guys like Wallow and them that have voices and platforms and stuff like that to continue to push the flow, the culture.
Yeah, that's phase 2 of what we could do. Like with Fate of the Tri-State is like to teach even the kids here, everybody, like rap is the new hoop dream, you know what I'm saying? Like without a doubt, because it seems so easy, you know what I'm saying? But for real, we need to be able to teach the new generation all the other ways to get some money in the music industry, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of room for everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's just about finding your niche, you know what I'm saying? So getting in early and teaching the kids. Engineers make $50 an hour, you know what I'm saying? Like $50 an hour to engineer a track. So it's like, it's opportunity there, you know what I'm saying? Even maybe more than rapping per se. So that's what we need to be.
We got Kevin Hart. We got so many different engineers and producers that's out there, film producers that's out there. We need to be in the forefront of TV shows and reality shows and all that stuff, all that content that's coming out of Philadelphia. And nobody's saying that it's not going to be done. We can't do it. These are the common conversations that we have, but we have to get the executive. We have to get the people, the talent. You understand? Back in the room, so we can have the discussions and so we can be productive.
Boy, what's up, bro?
Who about to have another boy? Yeah? He over there. That nigga rolling, huh? That nigga rolling. He put that fucking work in for real.
Yeah, where you at? Where you at?
At my office.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything good. Everything was good last night with Uzi.
Yeah, he told me.
He was happy. He didn't want to leave.
Turkeys will show he doesn't deserve to be in jail. He paid for a Thanksgiving giveaway for local families today. NBC 10's Laura Meek shows us how supporters hope this draws attention to his case.
On North 52nd Street, the bus pulled up with the message, "Stand with Meek Mill." But it's the truck behind it that drew the crowds today, stopped with turkeys on the day before Thanksgiving.
Meek Mill, give it back to the community.
Anton Moore is president and founder of Unity in the Community. He says he got a call from Meek Mill's team at Rock Nation, then partnered to get out the free turkeys here in South Philly. Did he pay for the turkey?
Yes, he did.
Meek Mill himself made a personal stop here to donate turkeys in 2013. But this year, the hip-hop artist is missing. He's behind bars. His case and his 2 to 4 year sentence for violating probation will be a campaign to free him.
This is proof that Meek Mill's done more better out here than he do in jail.
There you go, right there. Have a good one.
The bus and the turkey drive made multiple stops today. In South Philly, Otis Collins got one.
I'm taking it home. I got grandkids.
Oh, Otis.
Need to wait for grandkids, so really good to be taken care of.
In Parkside, Meek Mill fan Shaquanda White picked up a turkey with her mom and 7-month-old.
Hopefully it'll bring some attention to my own situation. But he do care about the neighborhood.
Among those in the free Meek sweatshirts today, Meek Mill's uncle Ronald Parker, touched by the support he's seen for his nephew.
To see that my nephew had so much impact pretty much in this community.
Today he says he's happy to be a part of the effort to give back, helping others for a holiday Meek Mill won't spend at home.
If you see this on TV every Thanksgiving week, that's all I can say. I mean, well, he can on Sunday anything.
I'm Laura Meek, NBC 10 News.
Today, some Widener University students experienced firsthand the importance of giving. Students in the hospitality management program prepared and served a feast today with the Salvation Army in Chester.
Man, that was exclusive, Big Doug. You just did that earlier today to get to watch yourself on the news. Like,